learning to cut glass or want to learn to cut glass, few of the basics that you're going to need. One of the most important things, you're going to need to find some glass. A good place to find some scrap glass is in old picture frames. First thing you'll need to make sure of is make sure it's not tempered glass. You will have a giant mess, and it can kind of cause problems if you're trying to cut tempered glass, and it does break because it will go everywhere. The other most important thing is some kind of rubber palm gloves or gloves to protect your hands while you're handling the glass. The other thing, of course, what you want is some form of a glass cutter. This one happens to be a self-oiling glass cutter. It's got these tubes. If it happens to have the thin handle without being self-oiled, make sure you have a way to oil that bit before you cut your glass. It helps lengthen the life of your glass cutter, and it just gets you a cleaner cut on the glass. The other thing you'll want is some form of straight edge, even a little speed square. You know, if you can hang it off the edge of that glass, if you're cutting smaller glass, anything where you can kind of hang and push against that flat bottom edge of that glass, and then you have your straight edge down. Then the key is once again, practice, practice, practice. You're going to hear it in the cut and feel it when you finally get to that point where you know it's cutting. And it's a sound and it's a feel. You press too soft, it's not going to score enough, so the glass doesn't break in the right place, the right way. If you push too hard, it's going to be a hot cut. It'll probably break right, but you're damaging your equipment at that point. It's just firm, confident pressure. Once you start, keep going till you're off the glass. If you make a mistake, just keep going off the glass. And that's going to be the main thing, is once you build that confidence to do it, you're going to do it 99% of the time. And you're always going to have that occasional error here and there where you set that cutter on the glass and you just go, it felt right, it sounded right. And then literally you can take it and it'll break like that. So there are a few things that you learn, but once again, I was blessed with working in a glass shop, so I had a ton of scrap to practice on. If you're cutting any patterns, once again, we need some oil on our cutter. This is just WD-40 in a cup, or you can get cutting oil. I don't know that it makes that big of a difference that I've noticed, so we just use WD-40 because we have it a lot. Put it in a cup. And then if you're going to cut a pattern, like a wavy pattern on this, for me, pushing rather than pulling the cutter works a lot better. So I would start at the bottom here and, you know, draw your pattern on here first, or you can freehand it and you get that sound and then it breaks, so you'll get that pattern on there. If you want and you feel more comfortable pulling the glass cutter, you can do that too. And it'll work just about the same. In fact, that cut was just a little hot because I'm not as comfortable pulling it in a pattern like that. So it was a little hot, but you can see it broke. So yeah, if you are getting into cutting glass, whether it's for stained glass or just other things, just keep practicing. You'll get those cuts right one day.